Ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak to you today about a phrase that might sound a bit unusual at first. You should be a monster. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let me clarify what I mean by that. I'm not talking about being ruthless or destructive. I'm not encouraging you to be cruel or harsh. No, I'm talking about embracing the powerful potential inside of you. I'm talking about becoming a force to be reckoned with, a force that is unstoppable, unshakable, and undeniable. Too often we hold ourselves back. We play small. We shrink ourselves to fit into the expectations of others, or we live in fear of stepping into the greatness we were made for. But I want to tell you that you were born with a purpose, and part of that purpose is to rise up, to be bold, to be a force in this world, and yes, to be a monster in your own way. What does that mean? It means you should stop being afraid of your power. It means you should stop doubting your worth. It means you should believe that you can do things others think are impossible. You are not meant to live a quiet, insignificant life. You are meant to be a powerful, dynamic force for good. So let's look at 6 key things that you need to embrace to become the monster you were meant to be. Embracing your unstoppable nature is one of the most powerful steps you can take in life. You might look around and see people who seem to be succeeding effortlessly, people who are conquering their goals with ease, and it may feel like something that could never be you. But I want to tell you, right here, right now, you are unstoppable. Inside of you lies a power far greater than you realize. It's a power that has been placed there from the very beginning. You were designed with purpose, with strength, and with the ability to overcome anything that stands in your way. But far too often we forget this truth. We doubt ourselves. We question if we're good enough, strong enough, or capable enough to achieve the things we've always dreamed of. We let fear and uncertainty take root, and we begin to shrink away from the greatness that is ours by birthright. You have everything you need inside of you right now. You may not feel like it, but let me remind you that everything you need to succeed is already within. The challenges you face today are not meant to defeat you. They are meant to bring out the strength that you already have. Those obstacles are only temporary and they will pass. What remains is the unshakable power you possess, the power to rise above, to persist, and to thrive. There will be moments when life tries to knock you down. There will be times when you face rejection, when doors close, or when the weight of the world feels heavy. But it's in those moments when everything seems uncertain that you need to remember this. You are unbreakable. It's not about never facing difficulty. It's about how you respond when things get tough. It's about digging deep, finding that inner strength, and rising up again and again. Life will throw curveballs, but it's your response that defines your future. The greatest people in history didn't succeed because they were lucky. They succeeded because they kept going. They knew that no matter how many times they were knocked down, they had the strength to get back up and keep moving forward. When you embrace your unstoppable nature, you step into the truth that you are more than your circumstances. You are not defined by the challenges you face, but by the strength and resilience you show when you face them. Your future is not dictated by your past, and your dreams are not limited by what's happening right now. You were made to rise above. You were made to thrive. You have a purpose, a calling, a destiny that is yours to claim, but to claim it, you have to believe in your unstoppable nature. You have to believe that no matter how difficult the journey may seem, you are more than capable of walking through it. You have to know deep in your soul that you can't be stopped by anything, not by other people's opinions, not by your own doubts, and certainly not by any obstacles that come your way. So I want to encourage you today to stand tall. Don't let anything or anyone convince you that you aren't capable. Don't let your past failures or setbacks define you. You are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you realize. And when you choose to step into your full power and embrace your unstoppable nature, there is nothing that can stand in your way. This is your time. This is your moment. It's time for you to stop shrinking, stop doubting, and start believing in the incredible, unstoppable force inside of you. You are capable of so much more than you can even imagine. And the world is waiting for you to unleash that power. Embrace your unstoppable nature today. Let go of fear, let go of doubt, and take a step forward with the confidence that nothing can hold you back. You are destined for greatness, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Using your voice is one of the most powerful tools you possess, and yet it is often one of the most underutilized. We live in a world where so many people remain silent, either out of fear, insecurity, or the belief that their words won't matter. But the truth is that your voice is a gift, and it holds the power to change your life and the lives of others around you. It's time to stop holding back and start speaking with confidence, clarity, and purpose. There is so much power in what we say. Words are not just sounds or letters put together. They carry energy. They carry weight. Every word you speak has the potential to build someone up or tear them down. It has the potential to create opportunities or close doors. What you say matters not just to others, but to yourself as well. When you speak, you are declaring your beliefs, your values, your intentions. You are affirming what you believe to be true about yourself, about others, and about your world. But using your voice isn't just about speaking up for others. It's about speaking up for yourself. It's about asserting your worth and your desires. Too often, we find ourselves shrinking in the face of opportunities, staying quiet when we should speak out, and hiding our thoughts and feelings from the world around us. We worry about judgment, about rejection, or about being misunderstood. But let me tell you this, you have a voice for a reason. Asterisk, asterisk. You were never meant to be silent. You were never meant to just sit in the background and let life pass you by. You were meant to stand up, speak out, and let the world hear what you have to say. Your voice is a reflection of who you are, and when you use it with conviction, you align yourself with your true purpose. You begin to shape your reality with your words, and that's when things start to change. It's easy to look at others who seem to have it all together, people who appear to be confident and successful, and feel like they're the ones who have the right to speak. But here's the truth. They didn't get to where they are by being quiet. They found their voices, and they used them. They weren't afraid to speak their minds, to stand up for what they believe in, and to assert their presence in the world. You don't need anyone's permission to use your voice. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or for someone to tell you that it's your time. Your time is now, and the world is waiting to hear from you. When you use your voice, you give yourself permission to be heard. You give yourself permission to take up space in this world. It's easy to think that speaking up is only about grand speeches or big declarations, but it's also about those small everyday moments. It's about speaking up for what you believe in, standing firm in your convictions, and using your words to inspire and encourage. Whether it's having a difficult conversation, sharing your dreams with someone close to you, or standing up for justice, every time you use your voice, you send a message to the world that you matter. To say matters. We all have dreams, aspirations, and goals, but too many of us keep them inside because we're afraid of being judged, rejected, or criticized. We stay quiet when we should speak up, and as a result, we stay stuck. When you use your voice, you take the first step toward making those dreams a reality. You begin to vocalize your intentions, and that brings clarity, focus, and action. Speaking your truth forces you to align your thoughts and actions with your goals. And when your words are in alignment with your actions, the universe has no choice but to respond. It's important to recognize that using your voice is not just about speaking, but also about listening. It's about giving others the opportunity to speak their truth, to share their perspectives, and to be heard. When we speak from a place of understanding and respect, we create an environment where everyone feels empowered to share. Your voice isn't just yours. It's part of a larger conversation, one that has the potential to change the world. So don't just use your voice for yourself. Use it for others too. There will always be times when you're met with resistance or opposition. Not everyone will agree with you, and that's okay. The important thing is that you spoke. You took the opportunity to say what was on your heart, and that alone is a victory. You'll never know what doors your words may open what lives they may touch, or how they might inspire others to find their own voice. The world needs your voice. It needs your unique perspective. It needs the wisdom, the passion, and the truth that only you can bring. So don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind, to share your heart, and to use your words to build a better future. The world is waiting for you to speak, and there is power in the words you choose to speak. It's time for you to use your voice. It's time for you to stop holding back, to stop second-guessing yourself, and to start speaking with confidence. There's power in your words, and when you learn to embrace that power, you will begin to see transformation not just in your life, but in the lives of everyone you encounter. So speak your truth, declare your greatness, and never, ever be afraid to let your voice be heard. Taking bold action is the key to unlocking everything you want in life. It's the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's easy to get caught up in the planning, the thinking, and the wishing. It's easy to stay in the comfort of what you know, to stay in the safety of what feels familiar, but nothing changes without action. Dreams don't come to life by themselves, materialize on their own. You have to move. You have to take that first step, no matter how small it seems, and keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Bold action is about stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, and doing the things that scare you. It's about overcoming the fear of the unknown and pushing through the doubts and insecurities that try to hold you back. It's about deciding that you will no longer wait for the perfect moment because the perfect moment never comes. The only moment that truly matters is the one you're in right now. And the only way to move forward is to take action today. Far too many people get stuck in the trap of waiting for the right time, for all the stars to align, for every detail to be perfect before they take a single step. But if you wait for the perfect moment, you will be waiting forever. Bold action is about making the decision to move forward, even when things aren't perfect, even when you don't have it all figured out. It's about trusting that you have everything you need to take the first step and knowing that the rest will follow as long as you keep moving. When you take bold action, you send a message to the universe that you are serious about your dreams. You show yourself that you believe in your ability to succeed, and you demonstrate your commitment to creating the life you desire. It's easy to talk about what you want to achieve, but when you take action, you prove that you are willing to put in the work. You prove that you are ready to face challenges head on, to learn from your mistakes, and to grow stronger with every step you take. Bold action is also about resilience. It's about understanding that setbacks, failures, and disappointments are a part of the journey. No one achieves success without facing obstacles. But when you take bold action, you learn to embrace those challenges. You see them not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth and learning. With each obstacle you face, you become more prepared for what lies ahead. You build the resilience you need to keep going even when things get tough. Sometimes the hardest part of taking bold action is simply getting started. The fear of failure, the fear of making mistakes, the fear of the unknown can be paralyzing. But here's the thing, the fear never goes away. Asterisk, asterisk. It doesn't matter how successful you become or how many risks you take. Fear will always be a part of the journey. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that the successful ones take action anyway. They feel the fear, but they don't let it control them. They step out in faith, knowing that bold action is the key to overcoming fear and achieving their goals. Taking bold action requires courage, but it also requires trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your abilities. Trust that even if things don't go according to plan, you are still moving in the right direction. Trust that every step you take brings you closer to your dreams, even when the path is unclear. When you take action with trust in yourself, you open yourself up to possibilities you never could have imagined. It's time for you to stop waiting. It's time for you to stop holding back. You have everything you need to succeed right now, and the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the courage to take bold action. Don't let fear, doubt, or uncertainty hold you back any longer. Take that first step. Trust that you are capable. Know that no matter what happens, you are moving towards something greater. Bold action doesn't guarantee immediate success, but it guarantees that you are moving forward. And forward is exactly where you need to be. The world belongs to those who are willing to take bold action. So step out today. Step out with courage. Step out with faith and watch as your dreams unfold in front of you, one bold action at a time. Embracing your uniqueness is one of the most profound and liberating things you can do for yourself. We live in a world that constantly tells us to conform, to fit into predefined molds, and to mirror what others are doing. There is pressure to blend in, to follow the crowd, and to shrink ourselves so that we are less noticeable, less different, and less out there. But the truth is, you were never meant to be like everyone else. You were designed with a specific set of qualities, characteristics, and talents that are uniquely yours. And it is through embracing those qualities that you find your greatest strength. Think about it, though. Many times have you tried to fit in or even change yourself to meet the expectations of others? How many times have you looked at someone else's life, their success, or their appearance and thought, if only I could be more like them? We all do it at some point, but when we begin to compare ourselves to others, we lose sight of what makes us special. We forget that the world needs the real, authentic you, not some version of yourself that's been altered to fit someone else's idea of who you should be. Your uniqueness is your power. It's what sets you apart from everyone else. No one else in this world has your exact combination of experiences, perspectives, skills, and ideas. There is no one like you, and that is your superpower. When you fully embrace your uniqueness, you tap into a wellspring of creativity and strength that allows you to stand firm in who you are and move through life with confidence. The truth is, there is nothing more beautiful than a person who is unapologetically themselves, who knows their worth, and who isn't afraid to show up in the world as they truly are. The challenge is that embracing your uniqueness can be uncomfortable. It's easy to look around and see people who appear to have it all together, who seem to be successful because they fit some societal mold of what is acceptable or desirable. It's easy to feel like you're falling short when you don't match what's been set as the standard. But let me tell you this, there is no one-size-fits-all model for success or happiness. Everyone's journey is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. The more you try to change yourself to fit someone else's idea of success, the more you lose sight of your own unique path. When you embrace who you are at your core, you stop playing a game of comparison. You stop looking at someone else's life and wishing you had theirs. Instead, you begin to focus on your own journey, your own gifts, and your own purpose. You become free to create the life that is meant for you, not the life that someone else has designed for you. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you start to see that your path, with all its twists and turns, is beautiful in its own right. Embracing your uniqueness doesn't mean that you won't encounter challenges or that life will always be easy. In fact, it's often the opposite. It means that you will face challenges from a place of strength, knowing that you have something inside of you that no one else can offer. When you fully accept who you are, flaws and all, you stop trying to be perfect and you start to grow in ways that are uniquely yours. You are free to fail, learn, and improve because you know that none of that takes away from your worth. It only enhances it. There will be people who don't understand you, people who try to make you feel like you need to change to fit in. It can be tempting to listen to the voices of others, to let their opinions dictate your choices. But here's the thing. The right people will appreciate you for exactly who you are. The people who are meant to be in your life will love you for your uniqueness and will be inspired by the courage you have to be yourself. You don't need to dim your light or shrink back to make others comfortable. In fact, the more you shine as your true self, the more you inspire others to do the same. Living authentically and embracing your uniqueness also means accepting all parts of yourself, the good, the bad, and everything in between. It means acknowledging your strengths and your weaknesses without shame. We all have parts of ourselves that we may feel insecure about, things we wish we could change. But when you embrace your uniqueness, you begin to understand that those very imperfections make you human. and they can be the source of your growth and resilience. Your story is valuable, and it's yours to tell, asterisk, asterisk, your experiences, whether they were easy or difficult, have shaped who you are, and they have equipped you with the wisdom and strength that no one else can replicate. It's time to stop holding back, to stop pretending to be someone you're not. You don't have to fit into anyone else's mold or live according to someone else's rules. You were created with specific talents and a unique perspective for a reason. The world needs you just as you are. When you embrace your uniqueness, you begin to live a life that is fulfilling, meaningful, and aligned with your true purpose. You stop wasting energy trying to be someone you're not, and instead, you start to focus on being the best version of the person you already are. Facing your fears head on is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It's easy to think that fear is something that we need to avoid or something that holds us back. But the truth is, fear is not our enemy. It's simply a natural part of being human. We all experience fear in different forms, whether it's the fear of failure, rejection, the unknown, or even the fear of success. Fear is that little voice in your head that tries to convince you that you're not capable, that you're not strong enough, or that you shouldn't even try. However, the moment you choose to face your fears head on, something powerful happens. You shift your relationship with fear. Instead of running from it, avoiding it, or letting it paralyze you, you learn to confront it directly. You begin to see fear not as something that defines you, but as something that can be overcome. You realize that every time you face a fear, you gain strength, wisdom, and confidence that you didn't have before. It's important to understand that fear is not a sign of weakness or failure. In fact, fear often signals that you are on the brink of something new, something challenging, and something that will push you out of your comfort zone. It's the universe's way of telling you that you're about to grow, evolve, and expand into something greater than you've been before. Every time you feel fear, it's an invitation to rise to the occasion, to take a step forward, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of handling what's coming your way. The key to facing fear is not to let it control you. Often, we let fear dictate our actions. We hold back from speaking our truth because we're afraid of how others will react. We don't take risks because we're scared of failing. We avoid new opportunities because the uncertainty feels overwhelming. But what happens when you choose to face your fear head on? You start to reclaim your power. You start to take back control of your life. Instead of allowing fear to dictate your decisions, you choose to take action despite it. Let's be clear, facing fear does not mean that you won't feel it. You will still feel the anxiety, the butterflies in your stomach, and the doubts creeping in. But what it does mean is that you don't let those feelings stop you from moving forward. You choose to take that first step, even if your heart is racing. You choose to speak up, even if your voice shakes. You choose to pursue your dreams, even if the path is unclear. Every time you face fear, you show yourself that you are stronger than any obstacle that may stand in your way. It's also important to recognize that fear can take many forms. It's not always the big, dramatic fears that we see in movies or hear about in stories. Sometimes fear is more subtle. It can show up as procrastination, self-doubt, or perfectionism. It can show up as the voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough or that you don't deserve success. These smaller, quieter fears can be just as powerful as the loud, obvious ones. But when you recognize them for what they are fear, you can begin to challenge them. When you face your fears, you begin to see that they are often based on assumptions or false beliefs. We imagine the worst case scenario in our minds, but when we actually take the step and face the fear, we often find that the reality isn't as bad as we thought it would be. Most of the things we fear are not nearly as dangerous or as catastrophic as we make them out to be. And when we face them, we realize that we are capable of handling much more than we ever gave ourselves credit for. One of the most powerful things about facing fear is that it builds resilience. Every time you confront something that scares you, you become more confident in your ability to handle adversity. You start to trust yourself more. You begin to see that no matter what happens, you will be okay. You can recover, you can learn, and you can grow. This kind of resilience is invaluable because life is unpredictable. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. But when you face your fears head on, you know that you have the strength and the courage to keep going no matter what life throws your way. Another benefit of facing your fears is that it opens up new possibilities. Fear can keep us stuck in a place of safety and comfort, but comfort never leads to growth. The moment you step out of your comfort zone and face your fears, you open yourself up to new opportunities, new experiences, and new ways of thinking. You begin to see the world in a different light, one that is not confined by the boundaries of fear. You realize that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible, and that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is your willingness to face the unknown. It's also important to remember that facing fear is not a one-time thing. It's not something you do once and then you're done. Fear is a part of life, and it will continue to show up in different forms at different stages of your journey. But with each fear you face, you build momentum. You gain more and more evidence that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. And the more you face your fears, the more you realize that fear no longer has the power to stop you. Ultimately, facing your fears head on is about choosing to live a life of purpose and possibility. It's about not letting fear keep you from being the person you were meant to be. It's about embracing the uncertainty, knowing that you have everything you need to succeed, and understanding that growth happens in the moments when you decide to move forward despite the fear. When you choose to face fear, you step into your true power. You become the person who takes risks, who moves through challenges with grace, and who continues to grow and evolve with each step you take. So the next time fear shows up in your life, don't run from it. Don't try to avoid it. Instead, face it head on. Embrace it as an opportunity to grow, to become stronger, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything. You have the power within you to face your fears and emerge stronger, wiser, and more confident on the other side. Living with purpose is not just a choice, it's a way of life that creates a deep sense of fulfillment, joy, and direction. When you live with purpose, everything you do becomes intentional. You are no longer just going through the motions or waiting for things to happen to you. Instead, you wake up every day with a sense of excitement, clarity, and resolve because you know exactly why you're here and what you're striving for. The truth is, many people live their lives in a state of autopilot, going from one task to the next without ever really considering the bigger picture. They are so caught up in the hustle of daily life, the demands of work, relationships, and responsibilities that they lose sight of what truly matters. They go through the motions without stopping to ask themselves, what is my purpose? What am I truly passionate about? What do I want to contribute to the world? As a result, they feel disconnected, unfulfilled, and sometimes lost. But when you live with purpose, you experience a profound sense of meaning in every aspect of your life. You begin to understand that every action, no matter how small, can contribute to something greater. You realize that you have unique gifts, talents, and passions that are meant to be shared with the world, and that every day is an opportunity to step into your potential and make a difference. Living with purpose starts with understanding who you are at your core. It's about discovering what drives you, what inspires you, and what makes you feel truly alive. For some people, this may be their family, their work, their creativity, or their desire to help others. For others, it may be their faith, their health, or their quest for knowledge. Whatever it is that lights you up, living with purpose means committing to it, embracing it, and letting it guide you through life. Once you have a clear understanding of your purpose, it's time to align your actions with your values. This is where the magic happens, when your daily actions reflect the deeper meaning behind everything you do. You stop getting caught up in distractions, and you focus on the things that truly matter. This alignment between your purpose and your actions brings a sense of peace and satisfaction because you know that you are living authentically in alignment with who you truly are. Living with purpose also means recognizing that every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Life is not always easy, and there will be obstacles along the way. But when you have a clear sense of purpose, you see these obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. Every setback, every failure, every disappointment becomes part of your journey, helping to shape you into the person you are meant to become. You learn to embrace adversity with grace because you know that it's all part of a larger picture. Purpose also gives you the resilience to keep going when times get tough. There will be moments when you feel discouraged, when the road seems too hard, or when you question whether you're on the right path. But when you live with purpose, you draw strength from your deeper why. You remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place, and that why becomes your anchor, keeping you grounded even when the storms of life try to knock you down. One of the most powerful aspects of living with purpose is that it creates a ripple effect. When you live with intention and passion, others are inspired by your example. People notice the energy and the drive that you bring into everything you do. Your sense of purpose can encourage others to find their own purpose and live with the same level of commitment and passion. You become a source of inspiration, lifting up those around you and creating a positive impact on the world. Living with purpose also brings clarity. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by endless options, decisions, and distractions, living with purpose gives you focus. You begin to prioritize what matters most and let go of the things that no longer serve you. You learn to say no to things that don't align with your values and goals, and yes to the things that truly contribute to your sense of fulfillment. Purpose helps you simplify your life by giving you a clear sense of direction, and that clarity brings peace. When you live with purpose, you also begin to cultivate a sense of gratitude. You start to appreciate the little things in life, the moments of joy, the simple pleasures, and the beauty that surrounds you every day. Because you are living with intention, you begin to recognize the blessings that are already present in your life. You realize that every day is a gift and that every experience, whether good or bad, is a valuable part of your journey. This sense of gratitude brings a deep sense of peace because you understand that everything has a purpose and nothing is wasted. Living with purpose doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. It doesn't mean you have to have all the answers or that you have to live a perfect, flawless life. It simply means that you are committed to living with intention. It means that you are willing to take the time to reflect on what truly matters to you and to align your actions with your values. It means that you are open to growth, to change, and to the possibility of something greater. As you live with purpose, you begin to experience a sense of wholeness. You no longer feel like something is missing or incomplete. You begin to see yourself as a whole person, someone who is worthy, capable, and deserving of all the good things that life has to offer. You stop waiting for external circumstances to make you feel complete, and you start to realize that everything you need is already inside of you. Living with purpose is not just about achieving specific goals or accomplishing tasks. It's about finding joy in the process of becoming who you were always meant to be. It's about embracing your journey with all its twists and turns, and knowing that every step you take is leading you toward your true self. When you live with purpose, you live with passion, with intention, and with the belief that everything you do has meaning. So ask yourself today, are you living with purpose? Are your actions aligned with your deepest values and desires? If not, it's never too late to start. You have the power within you to create a life filled with meaning, direction, and fulfillment. Take the time to reflect on what truly matters to you and begin to live with intention. The world needs your unique gifts, your passion, and your purpose. Asterisk, asterisk. And when you start living with purpose, you will discover a life that is richer, fuller, and more rewarding than you ever imagined. In conclusion, living a life with purpose, facing your fears head on, embracing your uniqueness, and taking bold action are all interconnected elements that, when embraced fully, can lead you to a life of fulfillment, strength, and limitless potential. We all have a purpose, a calling that is uniquely ours, and it is up to us to discover and honor it. Don't let fear, doubt, or the pressure to conform keep you from stepping into your power. The world is waiting for what only you can offer. Remember, the journey isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Every challenge, every setback, and every moment of discomfort is an opportunity for growth. You were created for greatness. And by embracing the fullness of who you are, you unlock the incredible potential that lies within you. It's time to stop playing small, stop hiding your light, and start living boldly, purposefully, and authentically. So take that first step today. Embrace your purpose, confront your fears, live with passion, and let the world witness the greatness you were always meant to share. The best part is, the moment you begin to live with purpose, you begin to live your best life. Asterisk, asterisk, the possibilities are endless and the future is yours to create. So embrace your quirks, your passions, your individuality, own your story, and stop apologizing for who you are. When you begin to accept yourself fully and unapologetically, you create a ripple effect that inspires others to do the same. The world becomes a richer, more vibrant place when each of us is free to be our authentic selves. Your uniqueness is not something to hide or feel ashamed of. It is your strength, and it is what makes you incredible. Never forget that.